What's up, guys? It's Alex from the Sypnotix, and the Galaxy S23 is finally here. We have our model that came in, and we're going to talk about the S23 right now and what it can do. So right off the bat, just look at the box. This is a really thin box because there's no power brick. There really is nothing but the phone and also a USB-C to USB-C cable. That's all we have here. It's very minimal, very thin packaging, thinnest packaging I've ever had. Taking the phone out of the box, the first thing you notice is that the phone is very manageable in one hand. That's something I really wanted and admired about this particular phone because the size is quite nice. It's a metal frame and it also has a glass back, something we've come to be accustomed to with Samsung. Living up to the Samsung name, this phone, the S23, has an AMOLED display, a 6.1-inch AMOLED display. It's only a 1080p resolution, but it has like modern bells and whistles as well on here, like 120 hertz refresh rate. So it's a nice display to look at for videos and also playing games. What's inside the S23 is the most important thing, and we have something really nice in here. We do have that Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor with 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. So the storage numbers aren't too high in this base model. However, these are plenty good enough specs to give you flagship performance. It's very smooth interacting, and Samsung does really nice things with their One UI software to make it feel like a premium phone, which just definitely does have that identity. Android 13 on Samsung's One UI 5.1 skin runs really zippy, really smooth, really cleanly. I do like the experience here. On the rear side, we have three cameras. We have a 50 megapixel wide camera, a 12 megapixel ultra wide lens, and also a 10 megapixel telephoto lens. A pretty basic setup that we've had on a lot of phones here, but if we have anything to go by, Samsung does have a good camera system. Very solid, top of the end product, so that's what we have here. The front-facing camera is a 12 megapixel sensor. You can actually see it on there. It's not under the display or anything, so it remains largely the same. With a battery size of 3,900 milliamp hours, we are reaching about that 4,000 number, which is what I think is a good number for a phone this size. The phone doesn't feel too heavy, so I'm expecting pretty decent battery life on this phone. What makes this even better of a package is, of course, it does have wireless charging, 15-watt Qi charging. It also has reverse charging, but I'm not a huge user of that. But 15-watt wireless charging is great. You can plop it on a Qi charger, and the battery should really just last you throughout the day. So I'm actually pretty excited about the Galaxy S23 for a couple of reasons. The main one is it's a rather small phone. It is something I can use with one hand, and I do like the zippiness, the premium feel that comes along with this phone. It does have that Samsung reputation, Samsung heritage that you can definitely feel on this phone when you're navigating through the interface. So props for that. I do like that. It also has a good camera system, a great looking screen. Even though it's only a 1080p screen, Samsung does a really good job of viewing experiences even at this type of resolution. Just overall, I do think this is a major win for small phone users just because this phone exists. I wish I had somebody writing some like really funny lines that I can fill here, and we can have some really good outro, but unfortunately none of us here are smart enough to do that.